What's scarier, the monster outside your door or the one inside your mind? Welcome to Fearapy Sessions, horror from our perspective. We are your hosts, Pam and Domonique, two Black women therapists who live and breathe horror. And every week, we'll dive into the creepiest corners of film and culture through the lens of psychology, identity, and lived experience. From psychological thrillers to haunted houses, from the horror of not being believed to the monsters of the mind. No fear goes unanalyzed. Welcome. Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome back to Fearapy Sessions. We're so grateful y'all are with us again. This is episode 6. Episode 6, yes.
Wow,
So
yeah.
I am Domonique.
I'm Pam.
And we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. We're just happy y'all are back with us. This is an interesting episode today.
It is, and it makes me. I got a question for you, Dominique. Have you ever looked at your pet and wondered what they say?
All the time. All the time. Listen, Mantio Dontavius Carter, I'm pretty sure that he has the worst attitude. Okay? I talked to him and he huffs and puffs. My mama even said, she was like, your dog told me no the other day.
Listen, yeah, my dog's a thug. She talks back. I'm little Sophie in Virginia. Virginia's the oldest beagle. Sophie's bad, and I'll say, "Don't you talk back to me," and she'll bark at me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so they have personalities. It's real.
They do. Oh, do.
Yeah.
But what do you think you do if they stop listening to you?
Like, it depends on the level we on. Like,
Okay.
what is stop listening and tearing up shoes?
A little more sinister than that.
Okay. All right.
So this week we're talking about animal horror, specifically pets. So we're gonna have you looking at your animal sideways today.
So when they're not our loving, adorable pets.
When they're no longer our loving, adorable pets. Right. We talked about kids earlier this week. Now we gotta talk about the other kids. Mantio is very much my child. And he is yep, attitude, just like a teenager. That's what I say. I'm like, you and you were saying you tell your dog not to talk back. He'll be whining and fussing and barking. I'll be like, I need you to be quiet. And he will I was like,
They know.
Oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, I do sometimes wonder.
Yeah. So I know for the most part, and we're talking, it seems like we're dog lovers. So for the most part, we're talking about dogs, but in horror, it's the loyal dog, it's the rogue killer cats. Like, I've never been a cat person.
Never.
Okay. Never. I've
Sorry,
never had
y'all.
a pet cat. Sorry.
Sorry.
I got an axolotl, got tortoises, got turtles.
I'm allergic to them, and I
Never
also
had a
don't
cat.
trust them.
So yeah, so we even talking about spiders. Spiders are not allowed in my home. I just want to point that out. I don't care how cute and furry they are. So we're talking about spiders that are plotting revenges. We have so we're unpacking the trust we keep with those animals, and when we're gonna kind of draw the line and let our instincts go forth. So
yeah, but spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert. We will be talking about a few movies that focus on pets. So if you haven't seen Pet Sematary, again, like how you haven't seen Cujo, you haven't seen Man's Best Friend, or if you haven't seen Sting. Sting is newer.
That's a new
That's the one that this spoiler alert is mostly for, is Sting. And then go ahead and pause, go catch up real quick. Come on
shame
back.
on you for the rest of them.
Listen, Cujo.
Right.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
All
all right, so let's get started. So we're gonna start with one that we've talked about a couple of times during our episodes, so Pet Sematary. And so 1989, we're talking the original, not the remake. It's still the same character in the remake, but we're talking about our beloved Church. So
Yeah.
Church is a cute little cat. Again, not a cat person, but to each their own. So it features this cat is being resurrected because it gets hit on that busy highway, the same highway that we talked about with Gabe. Right. And so the good, I understand where their dad was coming from, but this was a good opportunity to teach his daughter about life and death. right?
Mhm.
That's the purpose of pets. Like, you flush the fish down the toilet, you
Mhm.
bury the cats have 9 lives, whatever. He
It's a
could not.
cautionary tale,
It's a
right?
cautionary
Like,
tale.
you're not careful, you run out into the street, or you do something and you're not like, "Yeah, these things happen, sorry."
And so he didn't think his daughter was ready to understand grief and loss. So
Mhm.
he and shame on his neighbor, 'cause his neighbor knew better. His neighbor was not new to the neighborhood. He'd been there, he was born and raised in this town.
Yeah,
He took him to the pet cemetery. And he said, "Oh no, we're not burying it down here. We're going up
right.
this path that you might break your neck on while going up. And we're gonna bury this cat in the Indian cemetery."
But didn't he feel bad because the little girl was so distraught? Wasn't that why he said, like, "Let's go ahead and do this"? I wonder if the little girl wasn't so upset if he would have actually, like, told them about it.
You know what? I think kids are more resilient than we think they are, and I think if he woulda explained to his daughter what happened and just went ahead and buried the cat, it
Mhm.
would have been easier than church coming back and,
Right,
tearing everybody up. I think that
right.
would have been much better. But in reality, did church really do any major killing in Pet Sematary? I think church was just kinda
He was just a menace.
he was just a menace. He
He
was
was a
there.
menace and he was a warning, and the warning was not heeded because clearly that was not the same cat.
Mm-mm, at all, but then he thought, "Oh, well, if I bury my son later, it won't
Mhm.
be like church, 'cause church is an animal, so my son will be better." No, church was your
No.
warning.
Church was your warning.
Mhm.
Church was easy compared to how Gabe came back.
Exactly, so first one down, put cats at the top of the list, is that creepy cat.
Listen, I already think they're creepy.
They're already
Like, I
creepy.
just I can't like, I think back to and I can't remember what the name of the movie is. We were talking about this, the one where they like, while you're sleeping,
The
and
cat's
I
eye.
yeah, and I've just had that, like, in the back of my mind forever, like, a cat, and
You
I
know,
had a
that comes
friend who
from a
had a
cultural thing too.
yeah. Well, I had a cat who was I mean, I had a friend who had a cat, and I stayed the night one night, and I woke up, and the cat was on the ledge above my head, and I was just like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm. Now I can't go back to sleep. Cause why
That's why
you
we
up
don't do
there?
cats.
Why
That's why
you
we
up
don't do
there?"
cats. And
No.
so, for those who don't know, the cultural or the legend is that cats take your breath while you're asleep, so they'll
Mhm,
try to, like, suck your breath out. I don't know if it's,
mhm.
there's other legends about cats too, about with babies, they can
Yeah.
suffocate babies and stuff. So there's a lot of we'll call it urban legends about
Mhm.
cats, and it's honestly, in my family, my black culture, can't speak for everyone, we don't do cats because of
We
these
don't
these superstitions about them. I mean, of course, black cat superstition too,
Mhm.
but we don't mess with cats because of that. I've seen some very cute cats, but they just haven't been pets of mine.
Yeah, no, I don't understand wanting to keep something that will scratch you.
Yeah, for no
Right?
reason.
And for no reason or something that gives you the same attitude as a teenager.
Or something they can get on your stove.
Or yeah, like, "Why you climbing on my counters?
Yeah, you don't need to
Why
taste
you
it.
why you all up in my why are you attacking my curtains?"
Cats are the reason I don't do potlucks. Yes, that's scary. That's a horror movie. Oh, that's a scary movie right there.
My gosh, that's so real. That
Yeah,
is so that
mhm,
is so, so real. I've
yeah,
definitely been like,
yep,
"What animals they got?"
mhm, mhm,
'Cause
mhm.
the look, for me, it's the fur. Like, my dog is hypoallergenic, his hair is kind of human-like, it doesn't come out, and it's not all over the place,
Mhm,
like, there's
mhm.
little dust, like, fur
Yes.
bunnies
I
that
have one
roll
that's not
around, but
hyperallergenic, but she is not allowed in the kitchen. That's how
mhm,
we do that. Stay
yeah,
away, far
yeah,
away.
I just don't want it all over me.
Mm-mm.
So,
Mhm,
yeah. Okay,
100%. And
okay.
so and we wanna note, 'cause we are clearly Stephen King groupies, that
Yes.
this is a Stephen King movie, and just as a bridge, we can go to the next one, which is also a
Also a
Stephen
Stephen
King movie. Yes.
Y'all, I swear this podcast is not a
It's
Stephen
not
King
Stephen King.
podcast,
He's not paying us, I promise. Yes. But go watch his
however,
movies.
if he wants to
Yes.
call us. We keep
Call
saying this.
us. Yes.
We gonna keep telling Steven to
Somebody
call
gonna
us
call
until he
us.
does.
Yes.
Somebody. So the next one is Cujo. Cujo had a lot of people messed up. A lot of people messed up. And so with Cujo, we're talking about a dog that ended up with rabies.
So poor. He's
and
a victim.
just he was a victim. He was absolutely a victim. Rabies, and then just wasn't himself after that. And for me, that scene in the car, like I think they said that I'm trying to remember. Was it they had food or something in there and that's what they were using and the actress I think was actually very scared. Like
Yes.
she was really 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 scared
Yes. Scream
because
queen.
he was coming after that car, like coming after her in that car like it was nobody's business. And so
Yeah.
just the thought that your sweet loving pet could go from your shadow, your clingy little four-legged best friend, to a terror.
And a big dog, 'cause we
Big
talking
old
Saint
dog.
Bernard.
Big old dog. And also, wasn't that the same dog as from Beethoven?
I believe so, and but in some parts of the movie, it actually was a person in a dog
Yes.
costume.
Yep.
And so I need to go back and see if I can make a distinguishing, or something between it, 'cause it was a good costume.
I think I saw like, I noticed it in one scene, and I'm trying to remember which scene it was, and I was like, "That looks
I think
weird.
it's more in
That must be."
the
Yeah, I
house
was like, "That
scenes.
must be him." So, but yeah, I always thought that was funny too, that they
Mhm.
had a person
Yeah, but let's
in a
be real, that
costume.
the mom was whooping butt. She was
She
doing her
was.
best. She was
She
doing her
was.
best, and so he killed his owner. So it's not
Mhm.
like the owner can come out, so we can't even say it was a bad owner in this
No,
situation.
no.
But the mom in the car just with her baby, but Imma be honest, I fight dogs. I fight dogs. I don't run from
Listen,
dogs in the neighborhood, I fight dogs.
I don't play about myself, my child, or my dog. I threatened to kick somebody's dog a couple
These
weeks
nails
ago
are weapons. They're weapons.
because, yeah, he wasn't on a leash and he, like, was like, they we were walking up to them and he wasn't on a leash, and the owner like, he looked like he was coming, and I think the owner knew and was like,
Mhm,
"Ooh," and he, like, clipped the leash on before we got up to him, and when
mhm.
we got by him, he, like, lunged and started barking at us, and immediately in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, I'm fully prepared to fight this dog and then fight the owner."
100%.
Because Imma protect my dog and Imma protect my baby. So, don't go back and isolate that and be like, "Oh my gosh, she said she kicked dogs." No, 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 no.
No, just bad dogs.
Imma defend me and mine against a dog that lunged at us and, like,
Joe.
when I say bark, like, the bark it was so aggressive, and I was like and you had the nerve to have that dog off the leash, walking
Yeah,
around the neighborhood.
'cause just because your dog is nice to you doesn't mean it's friendly to
Right,
everyone else.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Because again, Cujo was a nice dog. It
He
was a good
was.
dog. He got
Mhm.
rabies,
He got rabies.
and he flipped out.
Yep, and just like we talked about bad parents last episode, some people are bad pet owners.
Yeah, 'cause why are you if you are 120 pounds, you shouldn't have a Saint Bernard. You
No,
shouldn't have a Rottweiler,
that's a
right?
horse for you.
That's a horse. Cujo probably should have been in a kennel somewhere, just
He
in
was a big
reality.
dog.
He was
He
a
was a
big
very
dog
big
just
dog.
hanging out at the junkyard, and he
Mhm.
probably should have been chained. That was, what, 1983? Yeah, you could
Mm.
chain a dog up then.
Yeah, you could.
He could have been in the he
You
could
wouldn't
have
have
been
gone to
a chained
wouldn't have gone to
dog.
jail. You wouldn't
Yeah,
have
you
gone to
wouldn't have went to
jail.
jail for that.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't have called the animal people on you.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not at all. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, but poor Cujo,
Goodness.
he was a victim.
He really was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next,
So,
what we
yeah,
got?
we're getting away from the four-legged friends for a hot second.
Just for a second, because we're talking about pets, and like I said earlier, spiders don't come in my house. So this next one is Sting 2024. So
Mhm.
basically, this movie is about a young girl who finds a interesting pet because of a whistle. So they're making this different like whistles back and forth. And I mean, if I first of all, if you whistle at me as a spider, man, I'm gonna hit you quicker.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm
Nope,
squashing you quicker.
nope. Kids are
Okay.
so curious. They
That's
just
so
so curious.
curious. It's like, "Oh, let me put you in a jar." So she puts this spider in a jar and he's getting out the jar. He going all through the apartment complex. Within a couple of hours, he has tripled in size.
Tripled.
Tripled. So I don't know if you haven't seen Arachnophobia, that's the kind of movie you should see.
Ugh.
Or Eight-Legged Freaks. Have you
Oh
ever seen that
my
one? That one is
gosh.
crazy.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of Eight-Legged Freaks, but this spider is communicating. This
Mhm.
spider is, like, letting her make it its pet while she's bringing it little treats and stuff, and she
Yeah.
don't even know the spider getting out and then getting back in the jar.
Has no clue,
Yeah, like,
like,
"What are you doing?"
whatsoever.
But there's a lot of ice this apartment complex lets you know the fear isolation can bring, and the danger isolation can have, because it was going in apartments, knocking people out, and people not even noticing,
They had no clue.
going through the vents. And apartment complex are so connected. That's
They are.
scary.
That is, and that, like yeah, that made me think about the stories of people who have, like, made their way into other people's homes, like the one about the guy who was behind the wall and was watching the lady through the mirror and then, like, came through a mirror to get her. I was
Mhm,
like, "This is
mhm.
what this feels like,
That
but
is
it's a spider."
That's what urban legends and the greatest horrors are made from true stories.
Yep.
Like, I've heard that the Candyman came from, like, a true the
Yeah.
director saw, in the newspaper about a man coming through somebody's, like,
Mhm.
actual mirror medicine
Yeah,
cabinet, and,
that was the story. Yep,
yeah,
because
that
they
is
didn't believe it. Yep.
yeah, so I mean, it's that's when you take real life and put it like that, that's
Mhm.
so with this, that's what the spider did. It was going through
Yeah.
people's walls
But it
into
was
their
a yeah, it was a friend for her, because her home life was a little interesting, and
mhm.
so that was, like, her escape, outside of drawing her comics, which were pretty cool, and she was looking for attention and looking for companionship, and that's she got it from a spider, like, I don't get
Yeah,
it. Not knocking anybody who likes spiders, but I'm just like,
bless your heart if you like
"Yes,
spiders. Keep them caged
yes,
up. But I will say that
couldn't be me."
spider also was, of course, genetically altered, so it wasn't
Yep.
like aliens. Really, all of the animals we talked about this thus far have been victims. Let's just throw that out there.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
from bad
And so
actors.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
And so that kinda leads us to the last film we're gonna talk about today in what felt like a Cujo Part 2,
mhm.
but Man's Best Friend. This is my favorite of the, like, wild, crazy attacking dogs, kinda series of thing. This one's my favorite. My brother and I and my cousins, we probably watched this movie so many daggone
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, we
And
loved
I
it as
was just
kids.
like and mind you, at that point in time, I was terrified of dogs.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
terrified of dogs, and yet I'm watching this movie so many times. And so this movie is about a Tibetan Mastiff who was being experimented on. And he gets saved out of this lab and he goes on to be like, he's a very good pet to the family, right? He's very protective. He's just all in all like a good pet. But then he starts to do some interesting things outside the house. Like when he hunted and got that cat, I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
and the think about the graphics in '93 that they
yeah,
used for this cat, like, the mouth opening wide, like, that was they had to actually do that. It wasn't
yeah,
they didn't
yeah,
have the CG type stuff going on, and they had to actually
do
create a
something.
yeah, they had to do some stuff, so, yeah, the graphics were something. Yeah.
And then him chasing the mailman. Remember, I still laugh because I still remember the scene from Friday. And if y'all have not seen Friday, like where you been? Like where have you been? But anyway, Friday,
Classic.
John Witherspoon is in his room on his bed watching TV. And it's a scene where the mailman is running away and the dog gets him and he, like, bites him as he's trying to get over the fence, and John Witherspoon is like, "That's your ass, Mr. Postman." I
Def
laugh, it's not funny, but, like, from that context, from that point of view,
yes.
it's funny. But, yeah, it's I mean, even for that movie to be in that movie was pretty cool, but I think one of the wildest scenes was when he attacked the tires on the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, "This dog
Now,
is."
did he have extra, was he enhanced? I know he was
He
genetically
was.
engineered, but he was enhanced
He
too.
was, like, his predatory skills were heightened. He was a lot stronger than he probably would have
Yeah, 'cause
been.
he had, like, the DNA of, like, a tiger or something. They,
Mhm,
like, really did
mhm.
some craziness with him.
They did, they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was yeah, that movie was go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Blame it
It's
on the
a
scientists. Yeah.
the science, all these dogs, victims. Because
Mhm.
why are you experimenting
Yeah. Yeah.
on dogs that way? Just like with Jurassic Park, realize that's not a pet, and we'll probably talk about Jurassic Park at
They
some point,
think
even
they
though it's
were
not
pets.
necessarily a horror film, but what do we need dinosaurs for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so why do we need a genetically
Mhm.
modified dog?
Yeah. No, but to your point, they did view those dinosaurs as the rich people's pets.
They did. I thought it was an amusement park.
Well, it was an amusement park, but he treated them like it's their
He
pet.
did. He
They were
did.
for
He treated them.
entertainment, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
technically, we could put it under the category as pets, and I mean But
I love
science
Jurassic Park.
and I love it too. I think,
Loved it.
especially the Lost, some of them are very horror movie.
Mhm,
I would think they're more horror movie than even, like, Sting, honestly,
mhm.
and I
You think
love seeing
so?
them. Yeah, I think if you consider it's definitely sci-fi, so maybe sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely I couldn't let my small child watch all of Jurassic Park.
Listen, I was thinking about letting the tiny terrorist in our house watch
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. She likes the cartoons. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yes, they are. So in the cartoons, they are some of these people's pets, but they're like weapon pets. And this past weekend, I love her dearly. But I'm actually like, my husband and I looked at each other and when I tell you tears to our eyes and cackled because we were like, oh my gosh. So one of the episodes, this lady gets eaten. It's a cartoon. You don't see her get eaten. You see her standing there, and then you see
Mhm,
the T-Rex roar, and
mhm,
then she's holding something, and it's just gone. And I said, "Did she?" And I jokingly before that I said, "Eat her," right? Like I was joking.
mhm.
And the damn dinosaur ate her. And she was like, "But I didn't want her to get eaten," and like meltdown.
Yes, yeah.
And we both just looked at each other. We're like, "Oh my gosh, should
Mm-mm,
she
nope,
have
she's
been
not ready
watching
for
this?
Jurassic
Did we
Park.
know?
Yes,
Like, did we had not? Oh, we're bad parents." I was like, "It's a cartoon. I didn't think
yeah,
it was."
yeah, yeah. No, they're the hey,
Look,
she's
bad
not
parent
she's
moment.
nope, not a bad parent moment, but you know that she is not ready for Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. We gonna save it.
Yeah,
But
we
keep
gon'
in
Imma
mind
give her a
though,
couple more years.
Cujo came out in '83.
Yeah.
I mean, and I watched it young.
Mhm, I did too.
I remember watching Man's Best Friend when it, like, came out. I was 10.
Uh-huh.
So, I watched
Yep.
it. So, we can't you gotta rip the Band-Aid off at some point. So,
Yeah.
and maybe we'll do episodes with kid-friendly horror movies later on.
Yes.
But before we kinda start wrapping up, can we just do a rapid fire of other non-pet animal movies people can watch? So when we do our more in-depth animal scary animal movies, they'll already kinda be ahead of it. You
Yep.
already mentioned Jurassic Park.
Probably the one that started off The Birds.
The Birds,
Yep.
classic.
Alfred Hitchcock,
Mhm.
who is
W
a
yeah.
genius.
Yeah, Jaws.
You
So
got Jaws.
that's that same
Mhm.
time shark.
You mentioned arachnophobia,
Mhm,
which that was a one and done for me.
mhm.
Yeah,
Really?
I can't do
And it was
spiders. I hate
thousands
spiders.
of them. Yes.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, no,
Yes,
thank you.
yes. Crawl is a good one. So it's
Mhm.
with Crawl, if you could talk about that alligator type stuff, ag Crawl and Placid Lake, I think is what it
Lake
was called.
Placid,
Lake
yes.
Placid, that's
Lake
it,
Placid
yes.
was good.
Yes, so that was a
Lake
good one.
Placid was so good, and so speaking of those, like, weird kind of research team things, you got Anaconda,
Anaconda, yeah, that's a good
um,
one.
and then
You can't leave out your Zombievers.
I'm not gonna let that one go. I was about to say that. I'm never letting Zombievers go. I'm
Yeah,
never y'all gonna watch
yes.
Zombievers
Please go watch
before
Zombievers.
time is up. I'm not letting that go. You gotta
Mhm,
watch it. It's
mhm,
ridiculous,
mhm.
okay?
Piranhas is a good one. They
Piranhas
have
is a
the
good one.
remake. The original is good and the remake is good. So, yes,
Mhm.
both of those are, really good ones.
Okay.
And then you guys tell me if Cocaine Bear is horror or comedy or action for y'all. I don't know. I
But
mean,
isn't it based on a true story or
it's
no?
based on a true story, but not the bear didn't wild out in that way. But
Uh-huh,
yes, there was someone who jumped out of a plane and went drugs on them, and it
mhm,
didn't do the parachute thing, and, there was a bear who ingested,
mhm.
but it did they, of course, dramatized it,
You
so
said didn't wild
to the
out.
max. But, yeah, but I think if I seen a high bear running towards me, that's a horror.
Oh, absolutely.
So what
Because
Imma do
all
besides
the things you've learned about, like, how to react to the different types of bear, out the
it
window.
doesn't matter because he's
Because
high. He's
listen,
cracked out. It's not
you think about people on cocaine.
listen,
A bear?
listen. Yeah. Mhm,
A bear.
mhm. Listen,
Now listen,
unless he go come
I'd probably still choose the bear over
see, that's what
cocaine
they need
bear.
to ask. Would you choose a cocaine bear? See, then we could talk. But yeah, and then the only other one was Beast, and that again, I
Mhm.
don't know if that would be considered action or horror. Beast, and I
Right.
mean, it got Idris in it, so I won't scare as long as Idris is there. But those are some other ones just a list for you
Throw
to
him
go
on the
watch.
list just to talk
Yes,
about him.
just to talk about, whatever. But yeah, if we missed anything, let us know. Like if there's any pets, And we
Mhm.
really took a dive and was searching. There's not as many pets as we thought there would
There's
be.
not
Yeah, so
as many pet movies, so y'all, future directors and movie writers, whatever, go ahead and figure out something else to add to the pet realm.
yeah, because turtles and tortoises matter too.
Yeah, they
So they
do.
they need a horror
Snapping turtles? Come
Yeah.
on now.
Yes, let's get
Come
them
on.
up there. So,
Come
yeah,
on.
so let us know, comment, let us know if we missed something. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on other we are on Spotify now.
We're on Spotify now.
So, follow us
Woo!
on Spotify,
Yeah.
follow us on YouTube, and, yeah, look forward to chatting with you at the next episode.
Yes. See y'all next session.
Bye.
Bye.